you? It is time to jump into the fire. Thursday, October the 1st. My God, this year is going by fast, and it couldn't go by fast enough with all the crap that we have had to deal with in 2020. I mean, my gosh almighty, what more can happen this year? Hold on, we got a breaking news item, breaking message. If you or your loved one watched the 2020 presidential debate, you may be entitled to compensation. Call now, 983-927. That, again, that number is WTF was that? We hope that you call that number in case you were subjected to the debate Tuesday night, because, my God, you got some permanent brain injury. Oh, man. It was, I don't know if disaster is the appropriate word to describe the presidential debate Tuesday night. We're going to get into a little bit more of that later on, because I have a theory as to what happened there, and I'm going to share what is a possibility of what took place Tuesday night. And it is a logical and plausible theory. Hi, Kim. Very logical, very plausible. And you'll think about this for a few minutes. Do you know someone, or have you known someone who stutters? And we'll get back to that in a few minutes. Now, I told you there would be some breaking news from the mock softball. Well, it was finally announced today. The fall season is going to be a little bit unique in that there will be a blue and gold World Series. All games will take place at Frost Stadium. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, fans will not be admitted. It'll be a best of 7 World Series blue gold. Teams will be divided up. That'll be announced before the first game. And those teams will stay intact for the duration of the 7-game series. It will start next Tuesday night, or Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m. at Frost Stadium. Game 2 will be Thursday, October 8th at 4 p.m. Monday, October 12th, Game 3 at 4. Game 4, Wednesday, October 14th at 4 p.m. Game 5 will be October 16th at 7 p.m. Game 6, Tuesday, October 20th at 4. And then Game 7 of the Blue Gold World Series will take place Thursday, October 22nd at 7 p.m. at Frost Stadium. It will be announced. Select games of this Blue Gold World Series will be available on the ESPN platform. So you won't be able to attend, but you will be able to watch on one of the ESPN networks. So that is pretty cool stuff. Coach Frank Reed has come up with a great idea on how to have the fall softball season, because in the past they played Chat State, Motlow State, just some really good games. They played Georgia in the fall schedule in the past. But this is the best that can be done right now with the pandemic. So kudos to head softball coach Frank Reed, associate head coach Scotty Kilgore for putting this together. And it should be fun. And I'm going to get to work a little bit. For the first time since the last week of February that I have been behind a microphone at a sporting event. So that should be fun. Last night, I watched the Michael McDonald Home Alone concert. Now, for those of you, and hey, Linda, I talked to Carol Davis this week, Linda. That was a blast from the past. If you don't know who Michael McDonald is, my gosh, it may be the greatest voice of the last 50 years. Michael McDonald, one of the members of Steely Dan, he left and joined the Doobie Brothers. And the Doobies had unprecedented success with Michael McDonald in the band. Grammy Award winners, #1 records. I mean, respect out the wazoo in the music industry. Taking it to the streets. It keeps you running. What a Fool Believes, Minute by Minute. Then he went a solo career. Grammy Award-winning solo career. Yamo Be There with James Ingram. The Motown album. Motown 2, Motown 3, and the concert last night in his home was just typical Michael McDonald. Good stuff. And I remember the VH1 behind the music on the Doobie Brothers, and bass player Tyrone Porter, big African-American guy, said I heard him, he opened his mouth and started singing, and I went, that voice is coming from a little white guy? Do yourself a favor. Go out. If you've never listened to Michael, go out, listen. He's done a cover version of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On that is just unbelievable. His Motown covers drew respect from the Motown community because he has had Stevie Wonder sing with him on Superstition. I mean, it's just unreal. And the concert last night, he went through that and he did some covers. He did a Beatles cover. It was well worth the price. It was well worth the price. It's $20. Now tonight, free on Facebook Live, and I think it happens at 8 o'clock. It will be Herb Alpert Is, documentary about the great Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, more importantly to the music industry, the founder of A&M Records. And it's on Facebook Live at 8 o'clock tonight. And I'm going to take my laptop, I'm going to hook it to my television, and I am going to watch it. So that should be fun. Kurt, I hope you saw the announcement on the Blue Gold World Series. I'm going to throw that up one more time because look who is on the press release. Your daughter, number 4, Haley Weisenbach. I'm so glad she's come back for her final year of eligibility. I'm looking forward to the season starting in the spring. It should be good. It should be really, really good. The NFL's on tonight. Aren't these 40-degree mornings really nice right now? You're going to have to pardon me because I'm starting to do some packing. There is a move happening in the near future. And new living room, new kitchen. We'll surprise you with it when everything's said and done. Just a reminder for this week, I will be on Sunday night at 7 o'clock this week. I have my great-granddaughter Ashley's first birthday Saturday. Kim, I am moving up the road right at the edge of the river, but not on the other side of the river, because once I got out of Soddy Daisy and Hickson, I said, I'm never going back. So it's going to be just this side of the river, and it should be good. It should be really, really good. I'm thinking, if I did not tell you, or if I did, I apologize. I'm going to tell you again. Amy will be going to rehab middle of October in St. Cloud, Florida. Right now, she can't go. Excuse me. She cannot go because Amy is battling the flu in combination with strep throat. And needless to say, she talked to them today, and they said, you got to have a clean bill of health before you get here. So mid-October, the original plan should work. The doctors gave her Tamiflu and some knockout cough medicine and mass quantities of antibiotics to knock it out. I mean, if talk about luck, poor child's been through it. I did repost the GoFundMe page. Please share it if you can. We are nowhere near the goal that my granddaughter had originally established, and every little bit helps. Kim, who does Ridgeland have tomorrow night? I can't for the life of me think about it. I've been kind of in a daze this week. And don't forget, folks, if you or your loved ones watched the debate Tuesday night, you may be entitled to compensation. Call now, 983-927-THAT. Again, that number is WTF. What's that? Think I can make it? Oh, Cass. They're going to kick some Cass tomorrow night. Chattanooga's all Twitter pated over Baylor McCallie at Finley Stadium. I have been to my share of those games in the past as a reporter, and they are unique. They are unique. Senator Bo Watson announced this afternoon that TDOT has now announced another freaking construction project for Chattanooga. You got 3 huge road construction projects going. You're going to have 3 going at the same time. 2 of them right around downtown Chattanooga. My gosh. I just hope the one that's going on right now that goes around downtown Chattanooga is complete before the next baseball season begins. Before Lookouts baseball returns to AT&T Field next season. The parent organization of the Lookouts was eliminated today by the Atlanta Braves. Cincinnati swept in that 3-game series by the Braves. The former parent organization, the Minnesota Twins, were swept by the Houston Astros, which really surprised me. And then the parent organization, when I began announcing for the Lookouts, the LA Dodgers, they're probably going to win the whole damn thing. And it's kind of cool to see former Lookouts, guys that I called their name, do so well in the big leagues. It is, yeah. It's like I've been asked 1,000,001 times, what are the most exciting things I have been blessed to be a part of? One of them is the night that Ridgeland defeated Marist to go play for the state championship in the Georgia Dome. Mox football winning their first conference championship since the 70s was very, very special. Very special. My very first mock softball Southern Conference tournament championship was very, very, very special. The last conference tournament championship with Haley, Amanda, Emma, Haley Williamson. I know I'm leaving people out, but that one was very, very special because nobody really gave Chattanooga much of a chance. And those young ladies got tough, and they kicked the living crap out of UNCG. And I was lucky enough to be there because I could not be the announcer because I had a lookouts obligation that night. But I got very, very lucky in that we had a huge thunderstorm hit right over the ballpark. Game banged, and I made it back to Frost Stadium in time to catch the final inning and a half. And that was very, very special. And I will never forget, and I know I'm rambling, I'll never forget that night as long as I live. I'm just standing there in the stands talking to people. They're on the field celebrating, and Associate Athletic Director, Sports Information Director, Jay Blackman, gets my attention. I thought I heard someone keep calling my name, and he got my attention, and he said, "Ron, they want you down on the field." And I about lost it. I held it together because I wanted everybody to see I'm a tough old SOB, but I about lost it because those players wanted me to be a part of a team photo. But the night of all of those moments, the most thrilling sports moment I've ever been a part of was Game 5, the Southern League Championship Series. We're down going to the bottom of the ninth. And Jonathan Rodriguez got one on base. Jonathan Rodriguez up to the plate. You knew the minute it left the bat, it was gone. Walk-off home run, Jonathan Rodriguez to win the Southern League Championship. And that was the second championship in 3 years for that group of lookouts who were, and at that time we were the AA Farm Club of the Minnesota Twins. So don't tell anybody, I'm just not a big Cincinnati Reds fan because that is an organization that is, yeah, they made the playoffs this year. This year's different. You got more teams in the playoffs. And you got teams in the playoffs with losing records. That's just, and pretty much for the last decade, Cincinnati Reds have been hapless. And I will, Linda, if Amy needs anything, Carol's going to pick her up at the airport. And so, but yeah, I will reach out. I want to throw something out there real quick for all my friends that I went to Hickson High School with, class of 1974. Don't anybody say a damn word about me being old. Yes, I graduated in 1974. One of my classmates and the husband of my cousin went for a prescription refill physical last Friday. Just, every now and then your doctor says you got to come in or I won't write you a refill. Yesterday, they did quintuple bypass on him. Remember what I told you just a couple of weeks ago? Almost 50% of the adult population in this country has heart disease. You need to remember that. I know, and I should be preaching with me just putting out a cigarette. It is what it is. The doctor knows. But there's some form of heart disease in 50% of the adult American population. So if you detect anything that may think is a little bit off, go get a physical, let the doctor check you out. They did an EKG and they found out there was a problem. They end up cracking his chest open yesterday and doing 5 bypasses. It was originally scheduled for just 3. They get in there, we better do these other 2. And in January 2006, 14 years ago, they did 5 bypasses on me. And in that time, I have ended up having 7 since that bypass 14 years ago. I have had 7 stents. 5 of those stents went into arteries that went into blood vessels that had been bypassed, because bypasses don't last forever. And if you have the hereditary factors that I have, they will clog back up. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. And if you feel anything is off kilter, go get checked out. That's 2 dear friends in the last 3 weeks that have had surprise heart procedures done. They had no clue anything was wrong. So check yourself out. I want to throw a theory out there, and this is not designed to antagonize anybody. I'm throwing it out there. You make up your mind. Okay? This is not done as an endorsement for Joe Biden. I mean, in fact, you could say it's a tip of the political gamesmanship hat to President Trump. We all know that Vice President Biden is a stutterer. It's documented. He's talked about it. I mean, it is a very moving video clip where he talks to that young, I think the kid was 10 or 11 years old, who has a severe stuttering problem. Now, I don't care what you think about Joe Biden, the politician. I don't care. I've met him, and he's a genuinely nice guy. But he has a huge stuttering problem. And you need to go think about George of England. If you saw that movie, The King's Speech, he had a severe, I mean, it was tragic, the stuttering problem that he had. And I'm thinking to myself, perhaps theory, the people who advised President Trump going into this debate know that Vice President Biden is a stutterer. And what quicker way, excuse me, to throw a stutterer for a loop is to interrupt, insult, whatever you call it. That will throw a stutterer off his game, because a stutterer has to think before they speak in order to make it come out without stammering and stuttering. Was that behind what led to the debacle Tuesday night? Did President Trump debate advisors know that if interrupted repeatedly, it's going to throw the opponent off? It's just a thought. It's just a thought. Call it dirty politics if you want. But all in all, that debate was a tragedy. It served no useful purpose. And the abuse that Chris Wallace is taking, I'm going to tell you, just like I tell these armchair quarterbacks and armchair coaches, if you think you can freaking do better, go do it. Nothing aggravates me more than, be it a high school, college, or professional fan, think they know more than the coach. That pisses me off. And what makes it even worse is those people who think they know better than the coach, if they think they're smarter than the coach, and then all they do is freaking coach rec football or rec baseball. Do yourself a favor. Go get you a damn college degree. Become a teacher. Become a high school football coach. And then we'll see how damn smart you are. because you jackwagons don't have a damn clue what these coaches go through. Not a clue. And for you to sit back there as some keyboard freaking warrior thinking you know better than a coach when you don't have the education to do what it takes to make that your profession, then you need to shut your damn pie hole. And if you're a rec coach who thinks you're better, or a better football coach or a baseball coach, man up. Get qualified and do the damn job. Nothing is worse than an obnoxious rec coach. Nothing is worse than an obnoxious rec coach. And trust me, my time dealing with rec sports, I've seen them all. I've seen them all. And that's the fun part, is sometimes I'm behind the microphone and I can insult the hell out of them and they don't even know it's coming. Because as John Wayne said, if I insult you, you can be GD sure I meant to do it. But, you know, Kim says it right. They don't understand what goes into coaching. They don't have a clue. They get their pretty little shirts made up, and then they dress their damn rec teams in these gaudy, ugly, freaking uniforms because they think they look cool. And I think for all the world, we've got high school coaches now who think they're coaching rec ball because they come up with these ridiculous looking uniforms. Not Ridgeland. But I can give you chapter and verse of all the high school teams in this area that have uniforms where no one can see the numbers or anything. They think they look pretty, but they don't take into consideration that there are officials on the field that need to identify players. There are people in the press box that need to identify players. So, and the most disturbing of those are the teams that continue to wear camo. Hey, guess what? We're back. I will give the city of Chattanooga credit, the EPB smart grid. Somebody can hit a power pole or whatever, and it comes right back. Your power comes right back on in most instances. And that's exactly what happened here. Something knocked the power out, and lo and behold, it flashed back on, but I had to reboot everything. So hopefully everything is going well. We are back live with you. And I think my rant regarding coaches might get to the point. Hopefully some of these self-important rec coaches will understand what the hell is going on and get a grip on reality and realize there's nothing wrong. I'm back, Alan. Where are you tonight? Did anybody else watch Hee Haw growing up? I did. Well, I was kind of forced to because my dad. But, you know, we watched Hee Haw. What can I say? No. Sometimes I think TV was so much better then. I don't know. Where are you tonight? Why'd you leave me here all alone? I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you was gone. I mean, that was some pretty good stuff. And hopefully rec coaches will take to heart what I talked about. Once again, let me remind you that the Blue Gold World Series will be beginning, and it's not flashing up. There we go. The Blue Gold World Series will be beginning next Tuesday night at next Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m. at Frost Stadium. Unfortunately, once again, due to the COVID pandemic, fans will not be admitted, but select games will be available on the ESPN platform. And so be watching GoMox.com. And that should be good. And again, if you're a loved one, watch the 2020 presidential debate. You may be entitled to compensation. Call now, 983-927-THAT. Again, that number is WTF was that. We're going to wrap it up for tonight. I do apologize for the loss of power for a few minutes. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Alan. Linda, everybody that tuned in, because I can't see all the comments all the time. Don't forget you can go watch past editions on YouTube. I noticed Alan has subscribed to it. Thank you, Alan. I don't want to make money. I really don't. I just want to do this to have fun and run my mouth for about 40 minutes a few times a week. We will be here Sunday, 7 o'clock. Happy first birthday to my great-granddaughter, Ashley. We will see you then. And until then, let's put the debate behind us. And remember, please be kind to each other.
That's all, folks.
Why would you want to go to cameo.com and have a personalized shout out? Come to nowondeck.com find me, Ron Hall, and I'll do one just for you. Birthdays, anniversaries, whatever you want, a personalized video or audio greeting for you now on nowondeck.com.